Hello Aquarius, and welcome to your March 2019 Lenormand reading. I'm Jade with yesYesYES, and welcome back to the channel. If you are new, welcome! I do Lenormand spreads once a month, and we are going to do a full Grand Tableau, which is using all 36 cards. But first I wanted to give you a few helpful hints from other decks because I love them. This is Gabby Bernstein's deck. So let's see, these are going to be for your sun, moon, and rising or ascendant sign. I find a deeper meaning and personal growth amid the what does that say? The discomfort? I thought it said discovery. We'll read it again. Sorry about that. I find a deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort. Well, if there's discomfort, I was just talking about this, like being able to grow from through adversity. And so usually that toughness that we develop through, it not being always so easy, can make it even sweeter. Ooh, I like this one. Enjoy your extraordinary uniqueness. Yes, I think we shall. Shan't we? Okay, so all of the information about the card decks is in the box below. If you're interested in having a personal reading, my website is also listed in the box below. And let me see, what else? Oh, I'd love to hear from you about how it's resonating for you. So just leave me a comment or hit that thumbs up button. That helps out the channel so much. So let's get started for Aquarius for March 2019. These are general, so I can't read for everybody, but I do my best. And that's why I do so many readings, so that hopefully something will resonate for you. All right, let's find out where this begins. And I am house sitting, well, doggy sitting. And so hopefully Kenji will do well with us while we're doing our readings. You might hear him moving around. Okay, so I'm going to lay them out, call them out, and lay them out. We have the key and the child, the rider, the tree, the tower, there's the masculine, and the moon. Got one more to go. And the serpent. Yep. We have the scythe, the coffin, the path, and the dog, the park, the cross, the bouquet, and the letter. Mountain, the stork, the fox, the book, the stars, the anchor, the ship, and the birds. There's the heart card, and ooh, some confusion. Look at the clouds. The clover, the sun, the bear, the ring, the house, and the lilies. And then down below we have the fish, there's the feminine, the mice, and the whip. All right, so the masculine, this is going to be your present line, this is your future, and all of this is your past. Feminine, all of this is kind of on your mind, but we'll still read this as your present, this will be your past, and that will be your future. Okay, so you're thinking about your masculine. It looks like the masculine for Aquarius isn't quite here in this reading yet. For the masculine, your feminine is just slightly in your past, okay? Now, give me a second. I want to count and see if any of the cards are in their own houses. Give me a moment. Okay, so nothing is in its own house, which is just fine. And we're going to get started here. So this first line, which has our masculine, we also have the tree. So I'm thinking it might, we'll see what we're talking about here. But we've got, in the past, there was some understanding about something new that came through, and it might have been that was either about your family or about your health, okay? Now, it could be a child, an actual child. If you have a child, then we could be talking about that child's health, or we could be talking about if you were pregnant, we're talking about the pregnancy itself. If for the masculine, the child can be about something new, but also an actual child, and so that's why I'm going back and forth here. Now, we do have the tree next to the tower, which means that it could be a hospital. So if we're talking about an actual child, we're talking about their health, and they might have, there might be a hospital visit. Or if there is a pregnancy, then that pregnancy might come to term in the hospital. So there might be some hospital, the delivery is in the hospital, something along those lines. Now, we also have the masculine on this line. So the masculine could somehow be connected to this hospital or somehow connected to this organization. Maybe he himself is a doctor. I'm not seeing the card. So it's a little far away, but he still may be connected to this hospital. Now, I will say that on the other side of this, there is a little bit of, could be jealousy, could be some emotional deception, could be just not feeling like everything is truthful, okay? The reason why is that I've got the moon, which can be intuitive, but it can also be illusionary. And we have the snake here, which is usually a card of deception. Sometimes there's another person involved, but it's not close to the heart or the ring. So I'm feeling like it's just really an emotional connection that this masculine has. So he just might be working out something. So masculine Aquarians, you might be working out something emotionally here within the month of March, okay? But where we're coming from is that there was some kind of change that happened, something new that was brought forward, some kind of information even maybe that was brought forward that had something to do with either a hospital, maybe a family member. It could be a long-term organization. So if you are working perhaps in banking, that bank will have been around for a long time. This organization or this corporation is definitely connected to the masculine. There is some burdening that is involved in that, but it is stable, and he's made a commitment. He might be kicking himself for that commitment too, which is interesting. So masculines, if you've made a commitment to perhaps working at the same organization, maybe you have a contract that you've signed for a certain number of years, and that could be the the legacy here that you're building. Am I missing any other interpretations? We'll go with that. There's a couple different ones you guys can grab onto. Let's keep going. The second line here, we've got a change that's happened, and this is an ending. There was an ending in the past. It could have been an ending where it was like a family situation didn't work out, okay? The stork is here, the child's on the same line. There was some kind of change here where, perhaps it looked as if there was going to be the perfect home life starting new, but it didn't work out. So again, this is both in the past for both masculine or feminine. I'm not sure who I'm speaking to, so for whatever Aquarius, if this is not making sense to you, this may not be your reading. I may be interpreting it in a way that's not conducive to your lifetime, which is your life sign, or your lifestyle, which is fine. So check out one of the other readings. That's all I'll say. We get really in deep sometimes here, but there was some kind of family situation that didn't work out in the past. There was, it changed. There was a choice that was made that, you know, and I think that it was a choice that was made for friendship, and actually you had to make this choice, and there was a friend that came in to support this choice. That's what I'm really feeling. It's like you had to make a tough choice in the past about this family situation that wasn't working out, didn't happen, didn't come to term, full term, it wasn't, well, yeah, it didn't fully blossom. It didn't become what you thought it was going to be. There. Okay. Sometimes words, we're getting into Mercury retrograde, so cut me some slack here. But there was a friend who supported you through this, okay? And we're right at the line of the feminine. They supported you, even though it might have been something that you couldn't talk very much about. You know, it could have been a secret, but ultimately it is working out for you. You made the choice that was best for you. Now, we're in a place where there's a little bit of a burden that's coming from your community. And what I'm feeling is like this could be actually like at church, a community at your church where, you know, there's blessings, you want to have support, but it also feels heavy and weighted. It feels like there's a secret, you know, there's just a secret that maybe you're holding on to. The book is closed, but there's a letter that's here at the end. So just know that your community does want to support you. You might receive an email or a physical letter, sometimes even just a card that says, you know, hey, we know you've been coming, you know, you went through some tough times in the past. You know, there could be a deep loss here, and that your community is supportive of you, even though it feels like there's a burden here. Okay, and this is coming up in the future for the feminine, and that the blessing or the good news that's coming in writing is coming to the masculine very soon. Okay, let's go to the next line. We've got a little bit of challenge in starting something new here, and this is starting something new with a job. Now, there has to be a little bit of learning that's happening. That might be what's going on for the feminine right now. You might be in a place of study, deciding to do something new for your job. So maybe you're taking an extra class right now just to, you know, up your skill set so that you can get a raise. But it's definitely something that's connected to your job. And with the stars being here, it means that you're looking at the long term, that it is something that you are destined to move towards, and it will represent more stability. Even it might give you the ability to travel with your job. And what may happen is that there might be more communication. So this could be an IT job that you're working towards, or that you're working in, that you had to do a little bit more study. But there's definitely some communication involving this job, potentially even some travel, which is great. So it's stable, there's travel involved, and there's some communication. It could also be that people are talking about you in this job. So, you know, if it's a public job, then that would make sense that people are talking about you. They'll see you. They'll see you in public. So right now, feminines, if you are learning and you're getting new skills for your job, it looks like you're going in the right direction. It's going to provide a lot for you in the long term. And your masculine is actually kind of in this line as well. So once you feel stable, that's when your masculine is going to show up, if that makes any sense, because it's right in that same line. For the masculine, the travel and the talking, you're right in the stability right now. So the masculine might be feeling very stable. You know, even though there's this burden, we talked about this earlier, there was a burden. He made a choice that he might have been kicking himself about now, but there is stability. So if you can look at your life and feel like, okay, I am stable, then that's, you know, you're exactly on this line right here. Okay, let's go to this final line where we've got the love. And this is love from the past. And there was some confusion about this past love, but it looks like there's success. It looks like there's luck connected to this. We also further down have the ring. So if both, both masculine and feminine Aquarius, if you have met your person, and in the past, this connection was confusing. You weren't really sure about it, but you're actually in a good place with it now, feminines. And masculine, you might even be thinking about marriage and the home and the long term, okay? So there's a lot that's coming up with this relationship from the past that the love was declared in the past, if that makes any sense. I do really like this line. It makes sense that there would be confusion. That does happen in love. We're not really sure when people show up. Hey, are you, is this going to work out? I'm not really sure. So that makes perfect sense. But right now, feminines, you're feeling that this is successful. You're feeling hopefully supported by this. Even financially, you're feeling good. That you might have some secrets, some information that you're holding back, but your friends are here to support you. And this, whatever this hospitalization or this hospital connection, or even if it's just a family connection here or a health connection here, all looks pretty positive right now, okay? So whatever was going on in the past, we can move past that. We can move beyond that right now, except for if this is a hospital thing, that just might come up for you right now. Perhaps if you are pregnant and you're about to go full term, there could be a ring coming up, which is nice. That could be that push gift, right? Is that what they call it? Push gift? Like, hey, baby, let's get married. And then that'll help her push harder. I don't know if it's called a push gift or not, something along those lines usually. But it looks like that a really solid connection. Oh, Kenji's talking to us. Sorry about that. A really solid connection and commitment is here for home and for long term. It's really here for you. Beautiful, Aquarius. Okay, so let's finish up here. We've got abundance. So the feminine could feel financially abundant right now. Good for you. So while the masculine may be feeling tied down to his commitment to work, the feminine is feeling financially abundant. And there might be a little bit of nervousness because of it, okay? Maybe feminine, you're doing better than you've done in a long time, and this makes you nervous. Maybe you think, oh, I might have to go spend all my money on shoes, or, this is different. The other thing, sometimes the cards can be read in different ways. The feminine, you may be nervous and kind of worried about finances right now, okay? Even though this is showing that you are abundant financially, there is some worry here. So I'll just say, really, whatever you're going to worry about will occur, right? We draw that energy to us. We kind of create disasters sometimes ahead of time. So just be aware that if you're feeling a financial crunch, what they say is to act as if, right? Act as if you have it. Now, I'm not saying go out and buy all the shoes, even though I would do that. Not all of them. I would buy one pair. I just bought a pair. That's probably why I'm saying this, because I want to justify that I just bought a pair of boots. But it was they're fashionable, and I'm really happy about my choice. Okay, so whatever this feeling of, you have the potential for feeling abundant if you're not feeling it now. But this nervousness, this beating yourself up about it, maybe it's just beating yourself up about, the financial choices you've made in the past. Just try to release that. Try to ease it, okay? We've got, you begin here with the key, with success, and you end with longevity. You have really beautiful cards that give you a sense of depth and of, you have such potential, right? This is a great reading as far as potentiality. Sure, there's some kind of haziness and issue with a situation from the past here, but I think that it's moving forward in a really great way, as long as we just kind of sew this up and come to terms with the weight of what it could have been. It could have been that there's a deep loss here, but if you are, and especially if you are with your partner, you already found each other, if you're able to go through and move through this loss together, there might be, this deeper commitment that you make to each other that's long-term and that brings home and beauty, okay? And the only issue here, this is interesting because that snaky card is in the transformation, right? And snakes themselves are transformation. So there's a lot of need to transform and to change your view, your fears, okay? So if something has come up in the past that has created some new fears for you, really take a look at those this month and see if you can't release them, especially with the help of your partner. And for masculine, I was speaking to the feminine there. For the masculine Aquarius, if you feel like you got yourself into this contract at work and you're not so sure about it, not kind of kicking yourself, look towards the future. Look at the potential for what, maybe there's some change that can occur there. Maybe there's some lightening of that feeling that can occur in the future, okay? Your feminine is here. It looks like that she's here for you. And for the feminine, the masculine is on your mind as well, okay? So he's coming. If you maybe met him in the past and it just didn't move forward yet, he's here for you. And there's going to be some type of connection here and this could be, it could be marriage. I always go there, but we don't have to go there. It could just be moving in together. It could just be, let's be monogamous if we've just met, right? So it's just a next level, whatever that next level commitment is that makes sense for you. But it does look like that there's a good connection here. It's just the masculine's kind of, tripping on his job choice, his contract, and the feminine is thinking about and kind of worried about money a little bit. But seems like everything else is great for you, Aquarius. So let me know if this makes sense. Let me know if you resonate with this. I'd really love to hear from you. Drop me a comment in the box below. Hit that thumbs up if you liked it. I'd love to hear from you. Enjoy your extraordinary uniqueness, and I find a deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort. So this could be definitely what's going on here in the past. We've grown. There's some growth that's happened from this past, from this discomfort of the past. And even masculine, because you're in this discomfort currently, there's going to be some great, amazing growth from it. All right, Aquarius, that's what I have for you. I'm sending you all of my love.